Hi there, you're looking at the sun visor on my 2001 Corolla, and in that top right hand corner that triangular piece kept falling out of the roof of the Corolla, out of the ceiling, and dropping down when I was driving along because the clips that were above it had become worn. So today I'm going to show you how I have fixed this sun visor and kept it firmly in place. So the first step is to remove the sun visor. Remove the sun visor from the car, and then the next step is that around the outside of that top of that triangular piece there's these three clips. And I've actually, and that one you're looking at now, I've actually removed those three clips. I've left the centerpiece as the centerpiece holds that triangular piece to the sun visor. Yeah, so I've removed those three clips around the edge, and I've removed them using a hacksaw. Yep, just with a hacksaw, cut them off. Because they're just going to be in my way for how I fixed it. So what I've done then, once I've removed those three pieces, is I've drilled a hole in each of the three corners. Just a small hole, and that hole is big enough for the bolt of a spring toggle to push through. Yes, that's a spring toggle. I've used a spring toggle through. In the end, I only used two of those holes, but I've got a spring toggle through two of those holes, and those bolts were 50 millimeters long, and that was too long for the space that was between the in that roof space. So I've just cut them down to probably 30 millimeters, I suppose, roughly. So it's a smaller bolt, so it all fits in the space that is available. So there's those two of those holes with two spring toggles in place, ready to be fitted into the back into the ceiling of the car. I did try it with three spring toggles, but I just couldn't push it through the hole that was available there. So I found that two spring toggles was enough to hold it firmly in place. Yes, it can be quite fiddly to get those spring toggles in place there. So there's under that grey trim, there's a sheet of metal, and then there's a space, and then you've got the another sheet of metal for the roof, and there's probably about 30 or 40 millimeters space there. And then if you're having trouble getting those two arms of the spring toggles above that first metal sheet, then I used a small sort of flathead screwdriver just to push them into place. So it's a bit of wriggling, a bit of fiddling, and so then once they're those two spring toggles are in place, then all you need to do is to start screwing these screws tight. So I always like to do a few turns on each one, and sort of slowly bring them both into tighten them up sort of roughly together. Yep, so tightening those in place, and that's quite now. That sun visor now is quite firmly in place, and it's actually quite a simple but effective way to fix the sun visor. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.